Hello everyone, this is Learning with Michelle, and today we are going to be doing the first 5 problems of the 2022 Grade 3 Mathematics Day exam for New York State. So let's get started. For the first problem, it says Mr. Green buys 4 packages of cups. Each package has 8 cups. Which expression can be used to find the number of cups that Mr. Green buys? So here we have to examine each expression and find out which one represents the number of cups that Mr. Green buys. So for the first one, it says 8 divided by 4. You're not dividing the cups. You're actually adding them cumulatively to get the total number of cups. So A is not a correct answer. B, it says 8 minus 4. You're not subtracting anything. So it's not B. For C, it says 8 plus 4. You're not adding 4 to 8. You're actually adding 8 4 times. Each time is to represent each package. So C is not a correct answer, which leaves us with D. For D, it says 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is also 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, which represents the number of cups in each package, which means that D is the correct answer. By the way, when I said that it represents the number of cups in each package, think of each cup as a group. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are 8 cups in each group. And to find the total number, you need to add them, which represents 8 times 4, just to give you guys more information on why D is the correct answer. So for question 2, it says, which fraction is represented by point M on the number line shown below? So here we have a number line and we need to find out which fraction it represents. So here we need to do something called the numerator and denominator. The numerator is the point that we are on, and the denominator is the total number of points or the total number of parts. So there are 1, 2, 3 parts. You don't include 0 as a part, by the way. So there are 3 parts in total. That gives us 3 in the denominator, and M is on the second point. So the fraction is 2/3, which is answer choice D. Let's move on to the next problem. For question 3, it says a student made the shape shown below by combining 2 rectangles. What is the area in square centimeters of the shape the student made? So this is a complex shape, and we can separate this into 2 normal shapes to find the area. So let's separate this. Oops. So here we have 2 separate shapes. For the first shape, let's find the area. The length is 5 and the height is 5. So the area is 25. And for the second shape, we have the height, but we don't have the width. So here we need to use the information that we have to find the width. The whole width of the entire shape is 9 centimeters, but the width of the other shape is 5 centimeters, so we have to subtract since there's only this part left. 9 minus 5 is 4 centimeters. 4 times 3 is 12. And now we have to add the areas. 25 plus 12 is equal to 37, which means that 37 is our answer. By the way, make sure to look at the units that the question is using. If it didn't say square centimeters and it said something like square meters, you're going to need to convert your answer into meters. But since the units that we were using for the shape and the units that the question is asking for is in square centimeters, that means that we don't need to convert anything. But be sure to look out for that on the exam. Let's move on to the next problem. For question 4, it says a worker has 3 bags of pebbles to use in a garden. The mass of each bag is 9 kilograms. What is the total mass in kilograms of all of the bags of pebbles? So this is equal to 9 times 3. This is because there are 3 bags of pebbles, represent that as 3 groups, and there are 9 kilograms in each bag. And to find the total number of kilograms, you need to add all of the bags. 9 plus 9 plus 9. That's also equal to 9 plus 3. 9 times 3. And if you know your multiplication tables, you'll know that 9 times 3 is equal to 27, which means that answer choice D is our answer. So let's move on to the last problem. For question 9, it says which expression is equivalent to 5 times 7. So here we need to look at each of the expressions and find out which one is equal to 5 times 7. Very straightforward. So for A, it says 5 plus, open parentheses, 4 plus 3, close parentheses. So for this, we need to find what's in the parentheses first. 5 plus 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3 equals 7, so this equals 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 is not the same thing as 5 times 7, so A is not the correct answer. For B, it says 5 times, open parentheses, 4 times 3, close parentheses. So for this, you also need to find what's in the parentheses. Parentheses always comes first. 5 times, 4 times 3 is 12, so 5 times 12 is answer choice B. 5 times 12 is going to be a lot greater than 5 times 7, so B is not the correct answer. By the way, equivalent means equal to. For C, it says open parentheses 5 plus 3 close parentheses times open parentheses 5 plus 4 close parentheses. So just solve what's in the parentheses. 5 plus 3, that's 8, times 5 plus 4, that's 9. 8 times 9 is going to be a lot greater than 5 times 7, since 5 times 7 equals 35, and 8 times 9 equals 72. So C is not the correct answer, and that leaves us with D, but let's just check. So for D, it says open parentheses 5 times 3 close parentheses plus open parentheses 5 times 4 close parentheses. So let's do what's in the parentheses. 5 times 3, that's 15. 15 plus 5 times 4, that's 20. 15 plus 20, that's equal to 35, and 5 times 7 is also equal to 35. So these expressions are equivalent, which means D is the correct answer. Alright everyone, that is all for today. If you found this video useful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!